Good morning. Our national anthem will be sung by Kendra Johnson.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. You may be seated. Good morning, graduates, families, and friends, and welcome to the 2025 Fort Scott Community College commencement ceremony. What a powerful moment this is. Today, we're not just celebrating a degree, but honoring determination, perseverance, and the spirit of transformation. My name is Sarah Sutton. I'm interim president and would like to take a moment to introduce some individuals on the stage before we get started. To my left, we have Destry Brown, who is going to be receiving the Outstanding Alumnus Award. Sonia Gugnani, Vice President of Academic Affairs. Missy Scott, Vice President of Finance and Operations. Rhonda Bailey, FSCC Board of Trustees member. Chad McInnes, FSCC Board of Trustees member, and Doug Ropp, FSCC Board of Trustees member. To my right are faculty with whom your students have had the opportunity to work with over the course of their time at Fort Scott Community College. I also want to recognize all of the FSCC employees that are not on the stage. This takes a lot of manpower to get to a day like today. So every employee that we have, from our registrar to our housing director, from our tutoring staff to advising, from maintenance to the business office, everyone plays a role in getting our students to today. We could not do this without you, and I sincerely thank every single one of our employees for that. To our graduates, you've shown what it means to rise to the challenge. You've balanced books and jobs, life and learning, setbacks and success. You've proven that grit and grace can go hand in hand. Today is a testament not only to your hard work, but to also your belief in your future. As you turn the page on this chapter, know that the story ahead is yours to write. You may not know where every step will lead, but you know how to keep going. You've learned to adapt, to overcome, to keep showing up. And those are the very traits that will carry you through life's next mountains and milestones. At FSCC, we believe in community, courage, and the kind of education that empowers people to not just dream, but to do. You are our graduates, and now a part of that legacy. So go forward with confidence, be bold in your goals, stay grounded in your values, and never forget that you will always be a part of the Greyhound family. I would like to call Doug Hurd to the podium to introduce the Outstanding Alumnus Award.
Destry Brown grew up in Bourbon County and attended Fulton and Fort Scott schools from kindergarten through graduation from high school in 1980. Brown attended FSCC and graduated in '82 with an Associate of Arts degree. He played basketball while attending school at FSCC. He became an assistant basketball coach and later became the head girls basketball coach at FSCC while he was finishing his degree at PSU. He earned his Bachelor's of Science in Elementary Education in 1984 and later his Master's of Science in Administration in '95. Destry taught elementary school in Mound City for 11 years prior to becoming an administrator. He has acquired over 40 years of experience in public schools as a teacher and administrator, and he spent decades serving and leading districts across Kansas and Missouri. His accolades include Kansas Department of Education Sally Mae Beginning Teacher Award in 1985, Distinguished Service Award from Kansas School Superintendent Association in 2018. He was a finalist for the Kansas Superintendent of the Year in 2012. Pittsburgh Business and Education Alliance Volunteer of the Year in 2015, the Distinguished Citizen Award in Clinton, Missouri in 2021, and Fort Scott Area Chamber of Commerce Business Person in 2023. Since 2022, Brown has served as a superintendent of USD 234 School District. He values his relationship with students, teachers, and community members more than anything else. Brown loves to cook, travel, and enjoys quality time with his family. He also loves history and has an impressive collection of historic portraits of U.S. presidents. Please join me in welcoming Destry Brown as the Fort Scott Community College 2025 Outstanding Alumni.
Well, good morning. Been, let's see, 43 or 4 years ago since I sat in your seats. So congratulations to all of you. When they told me I'd be talking to you today, all I could think was I need to make it short and somehow make it meaningful, because in my 41 years of education, I've attended so many graduations, I can't count. And I don't think hardly anybody remembers who the speaker was, let alone what they said. So I'm gonna dare to be different today. I'm gonna try to make it meaningful to you in some way. So if you want to repeat history, do it the way it's always been done. If you want to make history, dare to be different. In 1964, a teenager named Dick Fosbury revolutionized the sport of high jumping. The conventional method at that time of jumping over the bar was the straddle, the western roll, or the scissors jump. Those all sound interesting. Any former high jumpers out here in the crowd? But these methods, they just didn't fit his 6'5" body type. Instead of doing it the way it had always been done, Dick Fosbury innovated a face-up, shoulders-first jump that looked so awkward that one reporter likened it to a fish flopping in a boat. 4 years and hundreds of awkward jumps later, Dick Fosbury represented Team USA in the 1968 Olympics in Mexico City. He won a gold medal, and he set a new world record of 7 feet 4 1/4 inches. By the next Olympic Games in 1972, 28 out of the 40 high jumpers from all over the world used the techniques after the man who dared to be different, the Fosbury flop. If you want to repeat history, do it like it's always been done. If you want to make history, dare to be different. Are there any history makers out there today? Here's the challenge. At some point, most of us stop creating the future and start repeating the past. You're at a crossroad right now. As you prepare to enter the workforce, or enter a 4-year program. So don't get caught up in the repeats. Keep creating. When you dare to be different, it's hard to be ordinary. Daring to be different sets you apart from the crowd and transforms you into an extraordinary person. It becomes your superpower. I think of when I was attending school here, and I think when you think of extraordinary in back in the 80s, you couldn't help but think of Mrs. James, Lucille James. She taught English here at the community college. And I can assure you she dared to be different. I think she was in her 70s when I had her in school, and she continued to teach well past that. She dressed to the nines every day. She wore makeup. I mean, lots of makeup. Am I right? Any of you? She strutted around that classroom. She hugged kids. She made sure that you were going to pass her class. It didn't matter what she had to do. She would come up here and go to the dorms at night and meet with kids and help them with their English. She had kids to her house all the time to help them pass her classes. This woman did whatever it took. Now, I want you to turn to your neighbor, and I want you to say, you are extraordinary. Come on, bear with me. Let's go. All right. Good job. I don't want to have to pull out my Patrick Mahomes and say, let's go, let's go. So when you think about ordinary, what are some of the words that come to mind? An ordinary event, or an ordinary person, an ordinary restaurant. What are those words? I think of average, think of common, everyday. Those are some of the words that come to my mind. On the other hand, what words come to mind when you think of extraordinary? I think of words like amazing, huge, way above average. The other night I had dinner in Great Bend, Kansas. I was out there for a conference, and I went to a restaurant, and I asked the waiter, I said, so what do you think between the pork burn-ins or the steak? And he said, our steaks are the best. You need to have a steak. Okay, so I ordered the steak. It was extraordinary. But on top of that, I also had an extraordinary waiter. He came and checked on me. He asked me how that steak was. He just went on and on. I had the most pleasant experience. He got a little extra tip. And I told him what a great job he did when I left. So it doesn't take much. Contrary to popular belief, it doesn't take much to be extraordinary. Many people settle for ordinary because they think it's too hard. And maybe they think it's nearly impossible. But it's not that hard. The difference is in 5 letters. E-X-T-R-A. Extra. Just takes a little extra, beyond what is usual. So as you enter your career, your chosen path, I want to share with you a couple things that I've learned over my career in my lifetime that I've found there are 4 extras that have contributed to my becoming extraordinary. It takes a little extra effort. All right, now here we go again. Turn to your neighbor and say, extra effort. Oh, that's weak. That's weak. Don't you guys, I think you guys are, let's try it again. Extra effort. Okay, that's a little better. It comes down to this. Are you willing to go the extra mile? Are you willing to dare to be different? Doing the little things without being asked sets you apart. Doing little things that others don't expect makes you different. For me, remembering people's names and taking the time to truly listen to people and learning their story, that is so powerful. There is power in people's names. I have a coworker. She tells me all the time, she tells me, man, that's your superpower. People, they always are open to come and talk to you. That's your superpower. It's not about whether you can. It's about whether you have the will to do it. Just a little extra effort. Second thing that I found to becoming extraordinary takes a little extra time. Okay, I coached you up on the last one, so let's try it. Extra time. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to work 60 hours when you're supposed to be working 40 hours or anything like that. It's about perseverance. It means not giving up, conquering the temptation to throw in the towel. Because when things get difficult, that temptation to quit is great. I think every job that I have been in, at some point during that time, I've been tempted that I've wanted to quit. But I stuck it out. When faced with this temptation, ask yourself why you started this in the first place. For me, I go to the schools and talk to kids. That helps me to remember why I'm doing what I'm doing. There will always be a lot of reasons to quit something. So just remember, dare to be different. Change your mindset and remember your why. What was your inspiration for doing it in the first place? I go to schools every day, and I'm inspired every day, whether it's a kindergartner or a senior in high school. They inspire me to want to be better. It takes more than one event, more than 1 month, more than a year. It's about the long haul. It's not microwavable. It's more like being crock-potable, if that's a word. Third thing, it's going to take a little extra help. Okay, we're half over. We're almost done. Extra help. Let's try it. Extra help. You see a turtle on top of a fence, you know that it had to have help from someone to get there. If you see someone who's successful, you know they didn't get there on their own. Ask for help. Seek advice from the right people. People who've had success and experience in your area of work. People who love you unconditionally and will always tell you the truth. But they'll also always root for you no matter what. People who you consider to be good thinkers and will help you see things from different angles and perception. People who have nothing to gain from your choice or your idea. Those are the kind of people that talk to, ask for their help. I've always had people in my life who I can count on for wise counsel and advice. And I always try to give help to others who ask for my advice. Because by helping others, you'll find that you also help yourself. Okay, last one. Number 4. It's going to take a little extra attitude. Now this time I'm going to coach you up a little different. I want you to say it with attitude. Extra attitude. Okay. All right, try it again. Get your attitude in there. Extra attitude. You know, motivation determines what you do. Ability determines what you're capable of. But attitude determines how well you do it. Your attitude will not only bring out the best in you, but it'll bring out the best in those around you. You can choose to be a thermometer Any of you ever think about you wanted to be a thermometer? Kind of odd, but anyway, you can choose to be a thermometer. And that's someone who adopts the attitude of everybody around them, no matter where they are. Or you can be the thermostat, and you can set the standard by which you have your attitude. Which would you want to be, the thermometer or the thermostat? So to review, you want to go from ordinary to extraordinary. It's going to take a little extra effort, a little extra time, a little extra help, and a little extra attitude. Plan for it every day. Every day before you go, think about how can I give that little extra effort, that little extra attitude. Be intentional about it. Because I can assure you there are going to be times when you're going to be faced with a decision that will require you to go against popular opinion and the way it's always been done. So when that time comes, I want to encourage you to dare to be different. Thank you, and congratulations once again.
Next, we will recognize our outstanding sophomore in career and technical education, Austin Lester. An accomplished graduate of Paola High School, he will be attending Kansas State University in the fall alongside his brother, Bradford. He plans to major in criminal justice with the goal of pursuing a career in law enforcement. Austin will begin his career serving at the Sheriff's Office with the long-term goal of joining the Kansas Bureau of Investigation or the Federal Bureau of Investigation. A driven, community-minded student, Austin co-authored a successful $2,500 grant from First Option Bank, enabling Fort Scott Community College, Miami County campus to acquire 3D printers and related supplies. He and Bradford went on to lead several 3D printing workshops over the summer, introducing others to the technology and its application. At the FSCC Miami County campus, Austin has served as a work-study student, a campus ambassador representing the school with professionalism and enthusiasm. He is also an active member of Phi Theta Kappa Beta Rho Lambda chapter, where he holds the position of Vice President of Leadership. Austin has consistently sought out opportunities to deepen his understanding of the criminal justice field, completing 7 ride-alongs with the Paola Police Department and the Miami County Sheriff's Office, and graduating from the 2024 Miami County Citizens Academy. His high school experience also including participation in off-campus criminal justice program, reinforcing his early passion for law enforcement. His service extends to all age groups. Austin has volunteered with nursing home residents, values giving back to his community. A recipient of FSCC's Endowment Scholarship, Austin credits his success to the supportive environment at FSCC and the mentorship of individuals such as Buddy Joe Tank and John Johnson. Guided by the motto, "Everything is difficult, nothing is impossible," Austin's journey is marked by perseverance and gratitude. Austin looks forward to a meaningful career in public service and is, in his own words, 100% willing and dedicated to protecting the rights of others. He is grateful to those who supported him along the way. As Austin reflects on his time at FSCC, he is deeply grateful for the support received at the FSCC Miami County campus, where faculty, deans, advisors, and fellow students played a vital role in his success. With the smaller class sizes fostered meaningful connections, both the material and exceptional staff, making the entire educational experience especially rewarding. With a strong passion for helping others and deep commitment to justice, Austin is well prepared to make lasting difference in the lives of those he serves. Please welcome Austin to the stage.
Good morning, everyone. First off, I just wanted to say thank you to the amazing facility and staff at Fort Scott Community College, and to all of you, my fellow graduates. It is an honor to be standing here as your outstanding sophomore in career and technical education. But more than that, it's just incredible to be standing here in front of this graduating class. When I first came to Fort Scott Community College, I was a quiet kid from Pella with big dreams of becoming a detective one day. Honestly, I didn't know how I'd get there, but these past 2 years, they've been full of expertise and experiences and unforgettable moments. Now I'm headed to Kansas State University to pursue my bachelor's in criminology and a minor in political science and a forensic certification. My goal is to one day work as a detective for the state of Kansas or maybe even the FBI. But I didn't get here by myself. Buddy Joe Tank has been such an important part of my journey, helping me out with everything from my 3D printer grant for Miami County campus to just offering guidance when I needed it the most. Yolanda Crane gave me the advice and support I needed to hit the ground running and stay on track. And John Johnson's passion for criminal justice really inspired me. His class made me want to become a better detective. Each semester had its own story, from crime scene investigation, where I solved cases and pieced together evidence, to biology with Mr. Rush, who helped me push through even though I was struggling. And then there's Mr. Y, our public speaking instructor. It's just a matter of how you want to take it, he told me when speaking in front of a big group of people. One of my quotes I live by is, everything is difficult, nothing's impossible. Even though the times get hard, you can always push through. To my fellow graduates, you did it. Whether you're figuring things out, transferring, or starting a career, never stop chasing what excites you. Thank you, Fort Scott Community College, for believing in me, challenging me, and helping me become the person I am today.
Next, we would like to recognize our emeritus staff. The title of emeritus may be granted to a member of the faculty, administration, or support staff if the college employee has served Fort Scott Community College with distinction for 15 or more years and has retired from Fort Scott Community College. Would Deborah Duffy and Santos Manrique come to the stage, please, if you are here? Debbie couldn't be here today, but Santos Manrique came to Fort Scott Community College in 2009 and worked for our HEP program, our high school equivalency program. And over the years, he transitioned into the Dean of Crawford County, where he oversaw all of the FSCC programs in that region of our service area. Santos has been an extremely vital member of Fort Scott Community College, helping impact students all over that region. We greatly admire the time that he has spent with us and the dedication to student success throughout his time. Thank you. You want to say anything? You good? Okay. Now getting to the good stuff for you all. I would like to call Sonia Gugnani, our Vice President of Academic Affairs, up to the podium to present the candidates.
Congratulations, graduates. Will the candidates for certificates in construction trades, cosmetology, criminal justice, environmental water technology, farm and ranch management, Harley-Davidson motorcycle service technology, heavy equipment operator, HVAC, John Deere agriculture technology, masonry, welding, please stand and remain standing. Okay. Will the candidates for the associate and applied science degrees in applied technologies, construction trades, cosmetology, criminal justice, environmental water technology, farm and ranch management, Harley-Davidson motorcycle service, technology, HVAC, John Deere agriculture technology, nursing. Please stand and remain standing. Interim President Sutton, on the recommendation of the faculty, I present these candidates for the designated certificates and degrees.
By the power vested in me by the state of Kansas and the Board of Trustees of the Fort Scott Community College, I confer on you the designated degrees and certificates. Will the ushers please present the graduating class?
Knackstedt. Grant Hegg. Aria Brillhart. John Allen. Amber Anderson. Johan Ariola. Isaiah Jaron Ballard. Gage Barron. Kyle Basie. Dale Blanco. Caleb Boatman. Hayden Brandis. Jackson Carter Brown. Dylan Michael Brownback. Jason Cleveland. Braden Clifton. Weston David Cochran. Gary Earl Cohen Jr. Maggie G. Cole. Wade Cox Halliburton. Christian Shane Crawford. Lane Daniel Crum. Grayson Ryan Dixon. Curtis John Falter. Kyler Joe Finsky. Devin Fleming. Abram Frankenberry. Christian John Edward Gay. Levi Sean George. Mason Wayne Gibson. I need your card. Austin Griggs. Emily Henning. Jackson Herrera. Reese S. Hines. Levi Hobson. Noah Russell Jackson Sr. Augustine David James. Josie Ray Ledbetter. Dylan Ray McIlvain. Aiden James Miracle. Cameron Mitz. Russell Mize. David Morse. Trevor Mullins. Nathaniel Ryan Newell. Say your last name. Perfect. Andrew Nygren. Blake Oliphant. Caleb Francis Pavlou. Cade Branton Pettit. Cole A. Pitts. Joseph Michael Pritchard. Ethan Pruitt. Cooper Reed. Quentin Rothwell. Kyla Braylin Rogers. Carly Blair Schoenberger. Gabe Saltz. Addison Shepard. Danielle Alana Smith. Dylan Wilson Smith. Dayton Stewart. Jenna Pearl Stockstill. Haley Marie Vardiz. Calvin James Walker. Abigail Brianne Warsler. Shelby Wheat. Riley Clinton Welchel. Rachel Ann White. Gunnar Storm Williams. Philip Wilson. Madison Waldom. Zarita? Manuel Zarita? Okay. Manuel Zarita. Michaela Rusk. Corbin Baker. Wade Thompson. Colton Wolf. Whitney Lauren Butler.
Graduates, please rise. You may now move your tassel to the left. At this time, I present to you the 2025 graduating class of Fort Scott Community College.